it's Rebecca here from Precious Pages Papercraft, and today I'm designing a layout for Bramble Fox using some perspectives from the September Fox box. I've got the Priceless moment title and also that really cute little clipboard, and you get two bits that go together. I'm also going to use some of the paper snips and the new epoxy stickers as well. I'm in love with the colour of that perspective title, and in the photo I'm scrapping today, it's my husband and my little boy at Legoland a few days ago, and my husband's shorts are actually exactly the same colour as that perspective, but because I've gone for a hexagon design and cut my photo into a hexagon, I've completely chopped his shorts off, which is a bit of a shame because it was a perfect colour match. But it also goes really well with the Cocoa Vanilla Studio No Limits collection. Now I'm really late to the party with this collection. I wasn't overly keen on it when it was first released, and I've seen layouts created with it and thought, yeah, still not really sure. But just recently I decided I needed it, and I'm so glad I did because it just looks so fabulous with these perspectives from the September box. So I've cut hexagons from 3 of the pattern papers. So I've got that lovely greeny coloured one that matches the title. Then I've got the stripy one that's also got some of that green in, I believe, and then a wood grain paper. And I've gone for wood grain because the seats in the ride that they're sitting in the photo is brown, so that tied in really nicely. And also that clipboard base is brown as well. Now the clipboard is the perfect size for some of the little images on the paper snips. So you've got some little rectangular images cut out, they fit on that clipboard perfectly. So I've got one that says, I think it says something like subject, location and date. So I've just filled in the details about the ride we were on at Legoland, and I'm going to stick that down, or I think I just did, with double-sided tape. And I've just decided that I needed to change one of my hexagons, that it was that wood grain pattern. All the others were going sort of horizontally, and that one up the top there, the wood grain pattern was going diagonally, and it was really bugging me, so I've had to change that. And I've done my hexagons in stacks of 3, and I've alternated the papers, so there's sort of a back of one, a middle of one and a top of one of each of the papers, if that makes sense. And then I got those in place, drew around them with a pencil, and I'm just adding some really light mixed media. I'm not going mad. I've just got a distress ink here. I think it's called Evergreen Bough, and I've got a scrunched up piece of cling film that I'm using just to apply the colour. So I've popped the ink pad down on my Bramble Fox packaging. I've watered it down with a spray bottle, and then I'm just literally dipping the cling film in it and then straight onto my page. And I'm doing exactly the same thing with the splatters. And there's no gesso on this background. I didn't plan on using an awful lot of water, so I didn't use it. And I don't really like the stuff either. I find it makes my pages, it just gives them a horrible texture and a feel, and sometimes just makes them warp in a different way to what the water does. So I tend not to use it if I can help it, especially like this if it's just really light mixed media. But I've gone for that colour because I think it matches that perspective really nicely, and that greeny colour in the patterned paper that I've used. So I've got that on now, added some splatters on top, and I'm going to get these hexagons stuck down. And I'm using the tabby pop dots that I got from Spiegel Mum Scraps. They've got a little tab on that peel off really easily. So sort of no fuss, no nonsense, get all the tabs peeled off, and then I can get that stuck into place. I did a couple of layers of pattern paper behind my photo as well. So I've got a blue one that I've pulled in, it's like a dark blue, because my little boy was wearing blue in the photo, and then also a orange one, just because there was some orange in that stripy paper, and I wanted to bring that colour in as well. And you just saw me there make up my little epoxy flare. So the circular bits on the paper snips, I've just punched that out with a 1-inch circle punch, and then taken that sticker, and just the epoxy sticker is see-through and kind of like domed, and it just sits on top really nicely, and it's given me what looks like an epoxy flare now. So really simple product to use, but I love how they look. Really fabulous on a page. And if you're a subscriber to the Fox box, you'll have exclusive access to a layout or process video of a layout I made using the September Fox box, and I've used a couple of those epoxy flares and stickers in that layout as well, so they really are fab. So I'm now just further embellishing my page with a few small things. I don't want to go over the top adding loads. I have added another piece from the paper snips that says fun because that lovely green colour was in it as well. I thought that worked really nicely, and I've tucked that in behind my epoxy flare. I've got a couple of chipboard pieces. I've stuck an orange one up at the top and a lovely green one at the bottom. And like I said, this collection matches that perspective perfectly. I keep saying purposely today, perfectly. So it's a really good collection if you've got this one. It goes really nicely with these perspectives. So just drawing on that kind of greeny blue, mariney colour. I've pulled out some stars. I've got a little banner flag there that says let's go. Just all the things that match my colour scheme really, and just little things that add a little detail, nothing too mad. So I've stuck my perspectives down using glossy accents. I'm also using that on the chipboard pieces as well, just to make sure they hold. And that little clipboard, it's just so cute. I'm in love with it. I think it's genius. You just place the little green clip at the top of the brown rectangle you'll see here, and they go together really nicely and form a little clipboard. So if you're wondering what that little green bit is in your Fox box, that's what it's for. And love how that looks. It's really cute, and again matches my colours perfectly. So I'm just getting the last few bits stuck in place now. I'm going to raise those smaller stars around the outside of the page up with foam pads just to bring in a bit of dimension, and the same with that arrow down the bottom there. And that's pretty much me done. So I'll have some close-ups for you in a minute. So thanks very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this layout and the process, and it's given you some inspiration of using your September Fox box. I've got some close-ups coming up, but I will pop some links in the description box for you to our Bramble Fox shop, to our Fox box subscription page, and also to our Bramble Fox Friends Facebook group. So do head on over and join if you're not already a member. There's loads of inspiration there. You'll get monthly sneak peeks and obviously our monthly challenge as well. So do head on over if you're not already in the group. But thanks very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.